Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at some battles from the Master League Premier Cup Classic Edition. Now it has been a while since we have had the Master League Premier Cup, but today it is back, and back in the day it did used to be one of my favorite metas, so I wanted to try it out and see if I could find a team that I was able to have success with. And I ran a team consisting of Dragonite, MAMOSWINE, Safe Switch, and EXCADRILL, and had all positive sets, and I'm 10-5 on the day so far. So without further ado, I've put together some highlights from those sets. Hopping into the first match, picking up a pretty bad lead, Dragonite into EXCADRILL, we're instantly going to Safe Switch into MAMOSWINE. Now this team does function like a pretty standard ABB style team, with the MAMOSWINE Safe Switch, the goal of which being to bait out any counters to the EXCADRILL. The opponent is going to get some chip damage before they bring in Gyarados. Very good to bait this out. We're able to force a shield. The opponent tries to farm down, but MAMOSWINE is not done. Able to get to another avalanche, and that gets the Gyarados so low. We are going to come in with our own Dragonite. We can safely tank a crunch here. Not many Gyarados are running Outrage, and we will be able to farm down. They do still have the EXCADRILL in the back, but we have gotten the ever-important shield advantage. And in this particular meta, shield advantage is everything. As you can see there, I did try and catch the Rock Slide. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of lag there, wasn't able to catch, and now they're going to be throwing the Drill Run, and they have their own Dragonite in the back. And this is part of what makes this team very powerful, is once you're able to bait out their best response to EXCADRILL, EXCADRILL is an incredibly powerful core breaker, as we are going to be able to apply so much pressure to this Dragonite. And even though the Dragonite threw a Dragon Claw at us, we didn't have to shield, because Dragon Claw won't do a whole lot, whereas a Drill Run would be taking us out. And we were able to overfarm. Now we have an energy lead over the opposing EXCADRILL, and if you have an energy lead or a shield advantage in the EXCADRILL mirror, you will absolutely dominate. We're able to get the shield, we land the Dragon Claw, we are going to be able to force them to empty their energy, and from here, we have the health advantage, so we will be able to mud shot down and get the win. So that is the team working exactly as intended. Bad lead, we're able to Safe Switch, and next match, it does not get much better. Another terrible lead. We are going to Safe Switch into our MAMOSWINE, and my opponent brings in an EXCADRILL. Now this is not a good response to MAMOSWINE, as MAMOSWINE can definitely flip this. One charge move will not take us out, and the mud shots don't apply a lot of fast move pressure to MAMOSWINE, as we are actually able to tank that, which is fantastic. And I am going to shield this up because I think I can get to 2 avalanches. We are going to be going for the first. Gets the shield, and MAMOSWINE, those perfect IVs coming in clutch. We're able to get to another avalanche, and we are able to win not just switch advantage, but shield advantage as well. The MAMOSWINE Safe Switch coming in clutch. We have now won switch advantage, and at this point, this game is more than likely over. We are going to be going for the Rock Slide. We throw in the middle of the charm so they're unable to switch. They have a Metagross in the back. And again, now that we have baited out their only response to an EXCADRILL, our EXCADRILL absolutely sweeps them. We can very safely shield this, even though it's probably just the Meteor Mash. It is the Meteor Mash. We can safely farm down, and my opponent resigns the match. So again, terrible lead, the team working as intended. Hopping in the next match, we have the Mirror. We have 2 better responses, so I am going to Safe Switch into the MAMOSWINE, and in comes Metagross. Now, Metagross is a bit of a problem spot for this team. Fortunately, it is a lot less common due to the fact that EXCADRILL now has Mud Shot. But unfortunately, both MAMOSWINE and Dragonite do not like to see it. We are able to bait it out. We will be able to get a nice farm with our Dragonite. And then, since we have an energy lead, my guess is we will see their third, which we do, and it's an EXCADRILL. This is honestly not great for me. I do go for the Dragon Claw. I definitely should have built up to the Hurricane there, as EXCADRILL is glassy enough where a Hurricane can actually threaten a shield. We can tank a Rock Slide, which is fine, and my opponent does a very nice catch, trying to snipe with the Dragonite, and we're able to catch them with the Dragon Claw. And now we have that ever-important shield advantage, which will allow us to win the EXCADRILL mirror. I'm not going to shield this Dragon Claw. Again, they did not build up enough to get to a Hurricane, so EXCADRILL doesn't really have to respect that. I'm going to save my shields for potential drill runs down the road. We're going for the next Rock Slide. Rock Slide gets the shield. My opponent is recognizing that they are going to need to get shields down to have a chance to pull off this game. They're able to get the first with the Dragon Claw. I'm farming up with Excadrill, but unfortunately my opponent's decision to shield has left me very low. Things could be rough here. In comes the Excadrill. I wait just a second. I should have switched out instantly into Dragonite, as unfortunately the Excadrill is just able to reach 2 moves. An absolute heartbreaker there. Big misplay by me. Had I switched instantly, I would have been able to outpay, so unfortunately, we do lose the match. Alright, hopping into the next one. Dragonite into Togekiss. Terrible lead, and we're going to save switch into Mamoswine, and we are met with a Snorlax. So Snorlax switch-ins are something we really like to see, because if they want to win out the zeros, they have to debuff themselves with a superpower, and I'm totally fine with letting that happen, because that will allow my Dragonite to get an energy lead. And this time my opponent makes a mistake, thinking I was going to shield. They bait with the Body Slam, but I have no desire to shield in this matchup. Instead, I would much rather get the shield advantage. We're able to get shield advantage, which is huge, because end game, if you give Excadrill a shield advantage, it can absolutely dominate. We are going to bring back in the Dragonite and commit to the farm down. Body Slam doesn't hurt us too bad. We're able to farm down, and we are not far off of a Hurricane. Back in comes the Togekiss, and now we're going for the Hurricane. A little bit of lag. We only get a Great, but that does a lot of damage. We bring in our Excadrill, and they bring in an Excadrill. They are down energy and down shields in the mirror. So at this point, this game is over. We have successfully won it. We are going to be able to apply so much pressure to their Excadrill, able to take them out. The Togekiss comes back in, and they resign the match. So as you can see, a lot of lost leads in that first set, but still able to get some wins. Hopping into the next match, we have Dragonite into Garchomp. Now here I actually am going to stay in, even though they have Dragon Tail, because they're only going to go for a Sand Tomb. So I don't have to shield this, and since I've got shield advantage, now I can pretty safely save switch out of here. And this time I bring in Excadrill, and they switch into the mirror. Again, you cannot switch Excadrill into the mirror if you're down energy or down shields, as you will get absolutely destroyed. We can very safely shield this up. We're going for the Drill Run right away. Without shields, their Excadrill will be getting KO'd. They bring back in the Garchomp. And this Sand Tomb does not take us out, but will get us very low. And the fact that they brought back in the Garchomp has me worried it could be double steal. And if it's double steal, things could get a little rough. We are going to take out the Garchomp with the Drill Run, and it's Metagross. I want to save the ability to switch, so I'm actually going to let myself get farmed down since I do have a shield advantage. They're going to be able to throw the Meteor Mash, that's fine. What I need to do is land the Bulldoze, because they will not be able to farm me down before I reach a Bulldoze and an Avalanche. So all I have to do is wait for them to throw, and then Dragonite will be able to clean up in the end game. They are forced to throw, and from here, I can safely come in with Dragonite. We didn't end up needing to switch, and Dragonite will be able to farm down, and that is a good game. All right, hopping to the next one. Ooh, the Metagross lead, and it's a Shadow Shiny Metagross. Unfortunately, the Metagross lead is very, very tough for this team. I didn't see a lot of them, but the one that I believe I saw 2 were pretty difficult to handle. This is, I'm pretty sure, an under-leveled Shadow Shiny, as the CP is not in the upper 3700s, but still, Metagross, even when slightly under-leveled, is an absolute beast. We are able to apply a lot of pressure there, which is very nice, and I am going to let that go. And now I'm going to bring in the Excadrill to get a nice farm. And the opponent does not want to get farmed. They are going to save switch into their Shadow Snorlax. But from here, we have a big energy lead. We are going to be able to apply a ton of pressure onto that Shadow Snorlax. They are going for the second Drill Run, able to get them very low. And they are able to reach a charge move, which isn't great. But I will commit the shield so I can preserve a ton of health on the Excadrill. Now, they have a very, very low health Metagross in the back, but they have a Waterfall Milotic. So unfortunately, due to the fact that I was double weak to the Metagross lead, I wasn't able to switch out, and therefore, I had no way to bait out the Milotic, and a Milotic in the back, Water type, unfortunately, is a good game. Hopping to the next match, pretty terrible lead in Togekiss. We save switch into Mamoswine, and we're met with a Machamp. So very good that we were able to bait this out, so the Excadrill will not see it. We're able to land the Avalanche. That is very nice. We're farming up. My opponent has very good counting, and they throw right before I reach a second one, and they're going to be able to take me out. Here I am going to be waiting my clock, because unfortunately that matchup did not take very long, and I am still switch locked in. They bring in their Togekiss. They're able to get a lot of farm, but this is why I love running Hurricane. Even in a terrible matchup like Togekiss, Hurricane will hit very hard. We bring in Excadrill, and unfortunately, it's just a hard counter situation. So if they're running a double counter team, for example, there's just not a lot you can do, unfortunately, and that'll happen. So unfortunately, you win some, you lose some. If they only have one counter and we're able to bait it out, that's great, but this unfortunately is not one of those times. It's just rock, paper, scissors, and that is a good game. All right, we have Dragonite into Metagross. Again, this is a very tough lead for us. We are going to be farming up quite a bit, and I do want to farm up to a Hurricane before throwing to try and pressure a shield, if at all possible. Farming up, and we're going for the Dragon Claw bait, hoping that they'll match shields, but the opponent decides not to. That is unfortunate, and they're able to get to a second one. I had lost count. I meant to throw the Dragon Claw, but unfortunately, new league, I lost count. We're able to farm down, but we're down 2 shields, but we do have a ton of energy. This is very much an uphill battle, and they bring in a Snorlax to absorb that energy. We'll be going for the Dragon Claw first. We're going to overfarm a decent amount, and now we're going to be going for the nuke move in Hurricane, hoping that they are willing to let this go. Hurricane does get shielded. That is very rough. Unfortunately, just not able to get to a second Hurricane, so on very low health, we are going to be throwing the Dragon Claw, which does get them low, and now we will switch in Excadrill. Excadrill can survive a superpower at full health, so basically I'm sacrificing the Excadrill and hoping that the... and at this point, I am putting all my eggs into the Mamoswine basket, just hoping that it can sweep for me. We're waiting out our clock. We're coming in Mamoswine, and they have a Shadow Gyarados. So unfortunately, this is just not a game that we are going to be able to win, which is definitely unfortunate there. And again, a Metagross lead does prove to be difficult. We're able to handle a lot of other negative leads. That is something that I will work on, but at the current moment, yeah. Both Metagross leads that I saw, unfortunately, we weren't quite able to get the job done, even though they go for the crunch, which they definitely didn't need to do. That is a good game. All right, hopping to the next match, we have another mirror. So we are going to bring in the Mamoswine, and they bring out Shadow Snorlax. Here, again, we're going to be able to apply a lot of pressure, and they will have to superpower if they want to win the Zero Shield. Very nice counting. They throw right before we get to the move, and they do superpower to take me out. Honestly, that works out pretty well for me. Since they have a Dragonite and a Snorlax, it's likely they will have a Charm Answer in the back, probably a Steel type. So we are going to be taking that Body Slam, farming up, and they're more than likely going to be bringing in the Steel, and it is Excadrill. That is unfortunate, and they're able to throw. This probably would be just about taking me out from this range, so I am going to overfarm quite a bit and always attempt to threaten the Hurricane. If I threaten the Hurricane, I can force this Excadrill to match shields with me, and then I think the game plan is I'm going to try and catch a Rock Slide onto my own Excadrill. We do shield it up, overfarming again quite a bit, and now I should be able to go for the 2 Dragon Claws, which will be doing quite a bit of damage. We do get the shield there, and we're able to catch onto our own Excadrill. That is absolutely massive. Rock Slide comes through, and now it's a race. I'm a 15 attack. It comes down to a coin flip, and we lose CMP. Oh no, that is not good at all. But we have a ton of energy on our Dragonite. They bring in the opposing Dragonite, and we have back-to-back Dragon Claws. We are going to be able to take them out before they throw a move onto us, and the opposing Excadrill should be in farm down range. They bring back in the Excadrill, we farm down, and that is a good game. All right, hopping into the next one. We have Dragonite into Sylveon. Terrible lead. We are going to safe switch into our MAMOSWINE, and we're met with a Machamp. So at this point, I am stressed. I am thinking it's that charm double counter team we saw last time, and there's zero chance that I can win. We're able to land the avalanche, which is very nice, and I'm going to wait my switch clock as long as possible, even though that was a very short mid-match, and we're going to farm down. I'm still switch locked in, which is less than ideal, but I should be able to reach the Hurricane, which will be doing a lot of damage onto the Sylveon. Actually able to get the Excellent this time, and now we bring in the Excadrill. The fact that they're throwing makes me think they might be trying to force a shield. Everything's resisted, so I let it go, and they have an Excadrill in the back. And as I mentioned earlier, if you have an energy lead or shield advantage, you can comfortably win the mirror. We have the energy lead, and we are going to be able to comfortably win the mirror. We'll just start spamming out these drill runs, doing as much damage as possible. We will happily commit the second shield, and we're going to be farming up to 2. We get to the back-to-back, and now we are going for the drill run, expecting the shield. My opponent decides to let it go. They are trying to win with Sylveon. We're going to throw in the middle of their charm to only give them 1 free turn of energy. We have to get to the back-to-back. And on 1 HP, we're able to get to the back-to-back. So again, overcoming a terrible lead, and we are able to get the win. Let's go! All right, hopping into the next match, we have Dragonite into Swampert. Switch advantage is going to be massive in this match. We have to keep Switch, as Swampert is terrible for our backline. Fortunately, they save Switch a Metagross, and this is what Excadrill was born for, absolutely destroying Metagross switch-ins. And we are going to commit the shield. Since they shielded, it's a very easy shield. And now my goal is just to slightly overfarm and go for a move. But I make a mistake. I accidentally overfarm 1 too many. Metagross reaches a move, and I'm forced to commit the shield. So a pretty large misplay by me costs me shield advantage. We do keep Switch, but now we are down shields, which is less than ideal. Swampert comes in and throws the stored energy right away so they don't take any extra damage. I come in right away with the Dragonite, and I'm going to be going for the Dragon Claw. This won't take it out, but it will do some very nice chip damage onto the Swampert. They're farming up a bunch, they switch, and they have their own Excadrill in the back. Now this is a tough spot since we're down a shield, but manageable. Again, MAMOSWINE can tank a move, but we can threaten shields off of the Excadrill, and they can't farm up to back-to-back. They are going to have to throw, or we reach the Avalanche. Very nice counting by my opponent. And now, I just have to get to a move versus the Excadrill. We're farming up, they get to a move, but a Rock Slide does not one-shot Dragonite. We're able to survive, we just keep farming. We farm up quite a bit, we're able to farm up to 2, and now we're going for the first move onto the Excadrill, second move onto the Swampert, Dragonite, winning CMP. We're able to take out the Swampert, so despite a pretty big misplay in the mid-match, we are able to get the win. And hopping into the final match, the Dragonite Mirror, we are going to save Switch into the MAMOSWINE, and we bait out a Shadow Snorlax. So again, we know what to expect. It's more than likely a steal and probably Excadrill in the back. And here my opponent overfarms, which is huge. We're going to be able to get shield advantage, and with shield advantage, if it's Excadrill in the back, this game is already won. So we're just going to let this come through. It's the superpower. That is fine with me. We are going to wait out our switch clock just a little bit, and now we're going to bring in the Dragonite. And the time from waiting out the switch clock plus this body slam means that we will have the ability to switch if they bring in the Excadrill. They bring in the Dragonite, and they do a very nice catch onto their Excadrill. So very nicely done, but unfortunately we are up a shield, which means we absolutely crush the Excadrill Mirror. We can very safely shield. They're a best buddy, which means that they more than likely will win CMP over me. So at this point, I'm actually not going to go for CMP on the second. I'm just going to go for the extra. And it turns out they were actually 1 ahead, so I wouldn't have been able to CMP anyway, but we're able to go for the extra, and now I'm going to overfarm by 3 mud shots just to get a bit of an energy lead. We are going to be going for the drill run. This will take out the opposing Excadrill. The Dragonite comes back in and resigns the match. All in all, I think this team has a ton of potential if you're looking to make a legend push in the Master League Premier Cup. As I mentioned, I had all positive sets with it, and I'm 10-5 on the day, and it felt like a few of those losses honestly, I had win cons and were just misplaced due to inexperience with playing with the team. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.